Hi, everybody. Okay, it's time for our weekly home blessing. So, this I want you guys all to remember you are blessing your home, you're not cleaning your home. You are only taking 8 minutes to do this for each item. You need to be dressed to shoes, have your water, have your be dressed to shoes, have your water, have your timer. Wherever you end this week is where you start next week. So please keep this in mind as we go through our weekly blessing hour. I am just going to try to jump over here. And that is taken care of. Okay, so we have 7 items that we take care of when we bless our home. We dust, we change the sheets, we do our culling, our windows and mirrors, vacuuming, mop, and trash. Okay, so those are the items that we're going to cover today. And I hope you all enjoy it because this is something that we are going to do weekly. So, all right. Let me see if I can find the actual URL here so I can let my people in my group know, and I can't find the URL. So, all right. Are you guys ready? Let me get my timer out. And today, let's start with the sheets. So, if you have already made your bed, this is going to kind of stink. But if you haven't, then you're good to go. Or maybe you can do the kids or whatever. So, we're going to strip the sheets, get them in the wash, because then as we're going through the rest of this weekly home blessing, then they can be washing. So, your timer, and then you're going to also remake the bed. So I'm not sure how to get here. You're going to remake the bed and go from there. So 8 minutes on the clock starting now. And I'm going to see if I can figure out how to get a URL over to my ladies in the group here because I have no idea. So as you're going through and you're doing what you're doing, make sure that you are looking at the fact that this is, hold on, let me see if I can get this. No, I don't want to be on me live. Close that out. Share, here we go. Share, messenger, sorry, we will get there. Send. There we go. Okay. We are going to, so we're working on changing our sheets, getting them off the bed, pillowcases and all, throwing them in the wash machine, and then remaking the bed. Now that we're going to be remaking the bed, there are a couple hints for you. I keep a second set of sheets underneath my bed so I don't have to go searching for them. Or you can leave it out to air it out all day. And then that also makes sure that you run through the steps in doing your wash. The other thing is to make sure, and I should have said this at the beginning, that your wash machine is empty because otherwise, what's the point if you can't get them in right away? So that way they work while we do it. All right. So as we are working on changing our sheets. Why do we do this? Well, come on, guys. We know science. We know what happens. There are lots of things that unfortunately come off our bodies. And especially in the summer, even if you've got, um, even if you've got air, we sweat. Let's get them changed and you can continue going. So also make sure you guys are drinking your water in these hot days. I was down and out for a couple days this past weekend because I just did not feel good. It was not fun. But okay, it takes roughly 4 minutes for me to make my bed, which means we are at 5 minutes and 25 seconds right now left in our 8 minutes for changing our sheets. So we should hopefully be making our bed right now. I have coming up in about 20 minutes is the first installment on my 9-part series in crisis cleaning. It will take you through every single minute of the crisis clean over 9 weeks, and then they are all going to be loaded into one playlist so you can start and just play them through. Yes, you will have to listen to me say the same things each time you do it, but at least it will give you something to listen to while you crisis clean, right? I mean, that's why we do this. So we are right. We are running through, we are changing our sheets. If you can get more than one bed done, great. You don't need to, because for the simple fact that you found it right off the bat. Way to go, sweetheart. Jasak is doing Lego creations right now.
For me. I was like 1 centimeter down.
Yeah.
And I found him.
Very nice, sweetie.
He's like, boop. Good job.
All right. So keep going. And I also do not change the sheets like in our bed every single time. I do like my bed, and then I do Jasek's bed the next week, and then I go back to my bed, and then I go back to his bed, and you know how it goes. So if you have more than one bed, you don't necessarily have to do them all in one week. If you have kids, maybe it's time for them to learn how to use the washer and dryer, and they can wash their own sheets. Give them a day of the week and have them do it. Remember, this weekly home blessing hour does not have to all happen today. It is just easiest for me to do it all in one day because Mondays I don't have any sessions. Juan is working. And it's just me and Jacek hanging out. So I can get this weekly home blessing hour done and be set for the week. Oh, taking a sip of water because it is hot here again. What is the weather like where everybody is when you're done changing your sheets? That's what I want to know. I want you guys to keep working, keep changing them sheets, get them in the wash machine, get them going. What did you find? Honey, I can't. I'm plugged in.
It's locked open.
It's locked open? Way to go. Way to go. That's very cool. That is very cool. I will.
You know, a present. I would like.
Yes. Well, like I said, as long as we help one person, we're doing a good job, right, sweetie? Okay.
Look. Do not budge close.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Okay, he's just showing me his Lego thing, and then I will get back to you ladies. And closed. Very cool, honey. I love it. Great job. Great perseverance to keep it going. All right. So our sheets should almost be changed right now. And we should be getting ready to head to the next one. We got 1:35. This is the one, and don't you dare. This is the one that obviously you can't stop halfway through, but you're also not actively cleaning once they get in the wash machine or you get them into at least the wash room. Remember, we're trying to do one entire load of wash each day. So that way we go start to finish, which means it's folded and put away because we want to finish these projects we start. We don't want to leave them open because when we have a bunch of open projects, all it does is clutter our mind, clutter our focus. So when we look around and we see a lot of beginning projects, that is usually a good place to start because you can then start finishing up projects that you've started. Now, if they're crafting projects, if they're projects like that, it might take a little time, but then I really want you to evaluate why you are doing these crafting projects. And do you want to continue? And is it something you really, really, really want to do? Okay, we have got 22 seconds and then we are done with changing our sheets. So let's get that finished up and then we will head to the next thing, which will be, you're going to find out after you get a drink of water. So 3, 2, 1, stop. All right, changing sheets is done. If you got here a little late and you still need to finish changing your sheets, remaking the bed, or if you're airing it out, please finish that up. But remember, try not to take longer than 8 minutes. I do know that for some of us, it's a little bit harder, so maybe it will take a little bit longer, but don't do it out of perfection because perfect
It did not exist.
does not exist.
And we want perfection, not perfect.
We don't want perfection. We want progress. Okay.
Progress, no perfection, no perfect.
No perfect. Okay. Next, we're going to head to culling. So, culling your paperwork, maybe, or maybe it's your magazines if you guys still get magazines. I use this one because I don't have magazines. I file my paperwork on my paperwork days. I use this one just for like little touch-ups, making sure the shoes are lined up. Stuff like that, just little touch-ups here and there around the home. So remember, this is 8 minutes and then stop. So let's go with the culling. All right, while we're dealing with culling, let's talk about believing in who we are and being true to who we are, because we all should love who we are. We shouldn't, don't be anybody else. They're already taken. I've heard that thing so many times, and I really wish I remembered who said it. There is no reason to try and be like somebody else. You can emulate their qualities, but don't be somebody else. I mean, I knew somebody and they got their ears pierced like me. They wore the same number of necklaces like me. Why? They tried doing everything just like me. I'm already me. Don't be me. Be you, because you are wonderful. You are beautiful. You are you. You are who needs to be here in this world, because this world is made up of diversity and we need to keep the diversity. That's what makes this world so wonderful, because that's how we were made. We were made to be different. So everybody has their wonderful qualities and let them shine through. Let them be you. Because if you just try to be just like somebody else, number one, it's not going to be successful. Number two, people are going to see right through it. And number three, you're not going to be truly happy. So, don't try to live somebody else's life or be somebody else or do any of that, because your life is good. You are good. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't strive to always be better, because we all have faults and we all need to work on our faults. So we should always strive to be better than we were the day before, because that's how we make this world better. That's how we make ourselves better. That is how you make your life better. So you work at becoming better and not becoming somebody else. So Okay, we are at 5 minutes, 35 seconds. How are you guys doing on your culling? I hope it is going quite well for you because you got 5 minutes left to go. So the shoes are straightened up, things are getting straightened up around here. I really hope you guys take this time to use it wisely and don't get bogged into that whole perfection thing. Don't get bogged into the, oh, I got to finish this. Remember what I said at the beginning. We are blessing our home. We are not cleaning it. There is a big, big difference. When you clean your home, you're taking the time. You're doing 15 minutes on a small project. That is what our 15-minute missions are. That is cleaning our home. This is just blessing it. So we take I'm hesitant to call them shortcuts, but they are shortcuts because there's no other word that I can think of to do, especially when we get into the dusting, the vacuuming, the mopping. It is shortcuts. It is not doing the entire room. It is just doing what we see to make our life better. So our living conditions better. This is your home. Enjoy your home. Don't get stressed out because of your home. That's why we're doing this. That is why we are working together to create a better life for you. Because I want you to be happy in your home. I don't want it to be a house. I want it to be a home because that is where we live. That is where our heart is. And then that also means that that is what you are going to take the time and put in the effort to keep decluttered, to do the maintenance every single day because it's a home and you're going to take pride in it. So let's keep going with the culling. And eventually you will get to the point of where you won't have any magazines. You're going to be up on your paperwork every single week. There will be nothing that, call your craft supplies, call whatever you need to do. You'll get to the point to where the culling is getting harder to find. Then take these 8 minutes and choose to do something else for those. Choose to do a small project that you can work on each and every week. Now, like I said, we are trying to find the projects that we can do start to finish when it comes to projects, not when it comes to home blessing hour, because it's blessing, not cleaning. It's blessing, not projects. We are just making it look better than what it was when we first got there. So let's see where we're at with time. I should really just keep my phone unlocked when I'm at home because otherwise it gets kind of ridiculous always having to unlock my phone. Oh, I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you really are enjoying these podcasts because I am enjoying doing them for you. It started out as a conversation on a session of mine and how we were talking about how when we listen to podcasts, we get a lot more done because we're not sitting there watching the video. And, it was hard for her to get the 5-minute room rescues done and stuff like that after she worked all day. So we kind of came up with the idea together of me doing these podcasts to get her going. And they have kind of snowballed into a whole bunch of things. So, but I am one of those also to where if you've got your video going and you're asking me to do something, yeah, I'm going to sit and watch that video until, you're done talking about it. And then I'm going to get up and do it. But if there's nothing to watch, like with the podcast, there's nothing to watch. I am more tempted to go and do something or listen to it while I'm driving or, just listen to it at night and relax and stuff like that. So we are under a minute now, guys. You are doing great. Keep up the great work. Finish this out. Just 8 minutes left on culling, and then we will head to the next thing after you get some water. So, these podcasts just have kind of snowballed, and I'm really hoping you guys are liking them because, like I said, I really, really, really enjoy doing them. I have my tea. I love my tea. All right, we're down to 20 seconds left. So finish up with those last couple of items. Don't freak out if you didn't get it done. That's what next week, Monday, is for. So I'm going to try and get these up each Monday. Like I said, in 8 minutes, also the first installment of Crisis Cleaning comes out. Next week will be the second installment of it. All right, stop. Drink some water. Take a couple seconds to sit down and relax. But you're going to be getting right back up because a body in motion stays in motion. A body at rest stays at rest. Last night, I also did one for cleaning my kitchen. That may or may not, that will not happen every single night. I can tell you that much, just for the simple fact that when there are more people besides just me and Jacek here, then it is going to be totally louder and I won't be able to concentrate on what I'm doing. So I will get them up each and every day that I can. So we've done the sheets, we've done the culling. Now we're going to dust next after you drink your water. The thing with the dusting, I want you all to keep this in mind. If you have the Fly Lady feather duster, wonderful. If you have a different feather duster, wonderful. I personally don't like feather dusters. I think they just throw the dust everywhere. If you have a little Swiffer duster, this is great. You don't need any spray right now. If you just have a sock to put on your hand, wonderful. Or a microfiber cloth or a towel or a rag or whatever. You're not using any product right now because we are not dusting. We are weekly home blessing dusting. You guys cannot see me and I put my fingers up in quotes. Duh. Okay. So, how you're going to dust now? You're going to pick whichever room you want to start in, and you're going to dust over things and around things. You are not picking them up. You are not doing a detailed dust on the item. So let's get our 8 minutes started and start. Okay, so here we go with the dusting. Like I said, you are not picking them up and dusting every little nook and cranny in them. No, 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 no. That is what happens when we get to our 15-minute mission for dust your decorative items in the living room, in the family room, bedroom, stuff like that. That is when you're going to do that. This is just run the rag over the top where you can. This is also where, going back to one of my other podcasts, I believe it's already been released, talking about remaking the flat surfaces. The less clutter you have on the flat surfaces, the faster you can dust. So when you take the time to get the stuff off the flat surfaces, you will then be able to get this done faster and maybe be able to get one entire floor done. I can do my entire home in the 8 minutes, but I have one floor. I have a kitchen, I have a living room, I have Giusepp's room, I have our bedroom, and I have the bathroom and the hallway. That is all I have. So I can get it done, but I don't have as much to do, and I have decluttered a lot of flat surfaces. So, really, when we get into the zones and stuff like that, take a look at all your flat surfaces. Look at your countertops in your kitchen. Do you have your space you need? Now, I am a firm believer that, if you use something at least every 3 days to keep it out. But I don't have a lot of counter space. So if I kept everything out that I use at least every 3 days, I'd have no counter space. Hence the reason why I just went out and got my new shelf to put all my stuff on that I use every 3 days. So Aldi's had a wonderful deal on them. I'm very, very happy. So Look at your countertops. See what you need. Oh, hello, my dear. Glad you found me. Okay. Um, so, take your time. Look at the flat surfaces. See what you can do with them to make them a little bit clearer. Plus, like I said in that podcast, it will also, if it's been released yet, I should really take a look and see if it's been released. Um, See, this goes back to the one that I just recorded yesterday. I can't do two things at once because multitasking is a myth. Okay. Um, when you look at your flat surfaces, and it will automatically make the room very nice. It will already make the it will automatically make the room cleaner. So look cleaner. So we are dusting. We are going through the house. We are not worrying about getting every little piece of dust. That is for detail dusting. That is for when we hit the zones. That is not for weekly home blessing. You may just get one room done. You may just get one floor done. You may get a half a room done. Just kind of make a mental note, maybe put it in your control journal, that is where you want to start next week. Because when you do the weekly home blessing hour each and every week, it does make a difference. Because I know a lot of people are sitting here thinking, if I'm just dusting on top of things, how is that making a difference? Trust me. No, don't trust me. Do it and find out. Because it will. You will be able to see a difference when you keep it up and you keep going and stuff like that. So let's keep going with our dusting. We have got, so that way you can see where you're going here. 3 minutes and 18 seconds left to go with dusting. And then we will be heading to the next one. Now, once this gets up, you can go through, you can do them in your own order because I am sitting here talking for the full 8 minutes. So it really doesn't matter what order you're doing them. I will actually vacuum after I get off this podcast because there's no point in you listening to me running a vacuum because that's kind of silly. Then you can't hear nothing. So I will just talk for it, even though you're going to have a hard time hearing me running the vacuum. But, I'm silly that way. Maybe some of you don't need to vacuum because you have all hardwood floors and sweeping. So that's where that's going to come in. All right. Make sure you guys keep up with your water. You don't need to be down and out with this heat because this heat is kind of gripping most of this country and it's hot. But okay, we're down to about 2 minutes now left in dusting. I hope you guys are getting a lot dusted. Use this to be productive. Use this to keep yourself going. Use this to jumpstart your day. I do realize that I got started a little late, but it is strictly for the fact that I needed to get my strawberry jello thing in the cooler and I didn't even get it all in the cooler, but that's okay. I decided to get this done and out of the way because my sweetheart is off of work here in an hour, hopefully, or 2 hours. I don't remember. But, and we're going to go get his new handlebars from his motorcycle accident. So, but all right, enough about him. Let's get back to dusting. If you want to dust around, oh, I'm glad I'm here too. I'm glad you are here. Yes, I'm typing the exact same thing I just said to you. Okay. Um, for those of you that are watching later, and for my sweetheart that is watching right now, because I love her and she is doing amazing. She is doing absolutely amazing working in her house. I'm so proud of her, her determination and everything. It just makes my heart glow. Um,
Oh,
what? Um, oh, you noticed that it was 11 o'clock, so you can have sweets, right? Yeah, give mama a bite. I want a bite.
with cherry.
Ugh, it is cherry. Yucky. All right. So, um,
LOL.
LOL.
Laugh out loud.
That is what it means. Okay, I totally lost my train of thought, but that's okay. We're still dusting. Oh, no, we're not. We're done dusting. All right. So now that dusting is done, make sure you stop and get yourself a sip of water. Take a couple seconds here. Um, you are going to need window cleaner and a microfiber cloth when we start back up because we are going to do windows and mirrors. So, okay, now for everybody who watches this, if you guys have any ideas for the 5-minute podcast discussions, please let me know. Because, like I've said numerous times, and I'll be saying it most of them, I'm going to run out of ideas soon. So, I need ideas on what you guys want to hear me talk about because I'm only me and I can only come up with so many things. And I'm really trying not to repeat myself. But all right, here we go. We are going to do windows, mirrors, glass, doors, whatever. Okay, timer starting. Yeah, anything you can see into or see through. Now, here is your shortcut with this. You are only doing the smudges. So, those little toothpaste spots that are on the mirror in the bathroom, get those, although they should also be getting done with your swish and swipe in the morning. Get those little smudges. I know that I have got smudges pretty much, I say just do the smudges. If you guys could see my living room windows and the sliding patio door, I pretty much got to do the entire door to get the smudges because I have a little boy who likes to put his hands on the windows. Careful, don't hurt yourself, sweetheart. Yeah, no. So we're getting those smudges done so we can be able to see outside our windows, see outside through our doors and not have to look through it. Plus, especially like with the front door, when you do this little maintenance, it is so much more inviting to come in. Now, if you don't have little ones or four-legged ones running around, you may not have as many smudges or door or nose prints and stuff like that on. But if you do, this is definitely something you need to do. Good for you. This is something you definitely need to do at least once a week. So, because it is just, yeah. I mean, and don't move that. That tells me exactly how much powdered sugar I need to put in. Um, it's also absolutely awful to try and sit there and look through finger smudges on the TV. I cannot handle that. I absolutely cannot handle that. Um, so yeah, that is where I draw the line. So my windows with my smudges may get done like twice a week. It depends upon like this week, maybe not so much because the air is probably going to be on for most of it. And so it stops him from putting his hands on everything. But when it's nice and the windows can actually be opened, then we get handprints every single where. But that's okay. He's a kid. And I don't live in a museum.
No, I'm a tornado.
You are a tornado. Uh, Oh, you're so cute. Okay. Oh, let's see. Where are we? We are doing windows and mirrors. And remember, if you get done with a certain item you are before the timer goes off, sit down, enjoy your time. I mean, oh, you know what? I could have Roomba vacuuming for me today, so I didn't even have to do it. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, I mean cleaner. It is. And I love that you have cleaner. So we have got, let's see, we've got roughly 2 weeks until Jasek's birthday. He will be the big 8. I am very excited for him. Grandma and Grandpa just got him a new bike. So he now has a new cool bike, and we got the attachment to make it sound like a motorcycle so he can be like dad. Which is very, very cool. And when he gets this mastered, we are going to be looking into the motocross bike for him, which is going to be very, very cool. I'm very excited for this.
Okay.
Hey, Michelle says happy birthday, Jasek. He says thanks. Yeah, I know. Spell check always turns it to Jack. Don't worry about it. He says thanks. Vroom vroom. Ah. All right. So as the windows and mirrors and everything are getting done, remember, do not do the whole thing. Just do the smudges. Although sometimes I do believe that doing the whole mirror sometimes is faster. But yes, sweetheart.
Stupid TV keeps on changing my YouTube video.
Why is it doing that?
I don't know. Like, I didn't want to see the cat one. So, and I wanted to see the later door.
Uh-huh.
And like naughty, and I couldn't change it.
Oh boy. Yeah, I know. All right. So
No, 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 no.
a glimpse into my life. So we are down to 2 minutes, 10 seconds. How are you guys doing? Are you getting all your windows and mirrors done? Like I said, please feel free to do these items in any order that you want, or any throughout the week, any combination that you want to do. This doesn't all have to be done in one day, but it is good to get it done and out of the way. Maybe one week you do it on the downstairs floor, one week on the upstairs floor. Doesn't really matter how you do it. So as long as you do it. Same with the routines. I don't care what time you start them, because like if you work third shift, you're going to have different hours. So what? Yeah. Oh, jeez. You're going to have different hours than somebody who works first shift. So there is no time frame for morning, afternoon, and evening routine. It is what works for you. That is what I love about this whole life change that we're doing with this. We are able to customize it for ourselves. You work throughout if you go to work, then your afternoon routine is either your after work routine, or it ends up part of your morning routine and your evening routine. So we are under a minute with doing the windows and glass and doors or glass and mirrors, and then we will be done. Woohoo! You guys are doing amazing. I am so proud of you. You're sticking with it. We are 1, 2, 3. We are almost halfway done here. I know my timer is at 20 seconds. So, all right, you got 20 seconds. If you're done, make sure you sit down. Make sure you drink your water.
And also, do not, if you actually, if you finish a project, say finish one. But if you start no one and you don't finish that,
Right. Okay. Actually, no, we are over halfway done. All right. So I'll tell you what, let's work on getting the trash out. So grab either a big trash bag or grab your kitchen trash can if that's not that full. You're going to work on going to every room in the house and getting all your trash out. That's in the trash cans, stuff like that. So here we go and start. So you got 8 minutes to get your trash out. This is the one. I literally have 2 trash cans in my home. It does not take me 8 minutes, but I'm going to give you the 8 minutes just for the simple fact that you may not be doing trash. Wonderful, sweetheart. Glad they're in. Okay, so keep working on that trash. It will help get it out. This is also one that if you're doing these throughout the week, then sorry, tasting my pretzel dessert. Um, if you're doing this throughout the week, you're gonna want to do this one right before the garbage men come because they then everything gets out. You're done with it. You don't have to worry about it, and you're good. So if you do this throughout the week, do it strategically to where the garbage gets taken care of right before the garbage men come.
I can just do it before Friday, so you don't have to worry about to rush before the garbage to get to your house.
Yeah, but not everybody gets their garbage picked up on Friday, honey. Sometimes people get their garbage picked up on different days. Like grandma and grandpa get their garbage picked up on Thursday. So
then I should get it done by It should get done by Wednesday.
Right. Okay, let's find out. Michelle, what day do you get your garbage picked up? Just so please, I hope it's not Friday so I can prove to him that people don't all get their garbage picked up on the same day.
Don't forget to drink water, guys.
Oh yeah, we're drinking our water. We got to keep drinking our water. So get the trash out. Maybe and don't forget to put new bags back in when you get your trash out because it makes it so much easier.
Yeah, and if you don't put in those bags, then how is the trash going to get taken out?
Right. Okay. So we are working at Wednesday. Okay, Michelle gets her trash picked up on Wednesday.
Okay.
So that means her best day to take out the trash is like Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday, and then we get also Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
So I think it's best if we get it on Thursday.
Yes, but I'm always up before the garbage men get here so I can get it out on Friday.
Yeah, I'm always up before you.
I know you're up before me because you don't believe in sleeping in. So also when you take the trash out, before you put a new garbage bag in, I have a couple tips and tricks for you.
Yeah.
Spray a little air freshener in there if you can handle it, or use some essential oils because sometimes their smells are not as strong.
Or spray some peppermint in it so it smells like peppermint.
Yep. Also, make sure that you put newspaper on the bottom of either the bag or the trash can itself, or both, because
you may have some leaky stuff in it.
Right. So, or line it with paper towels. Do it with paper towels, newspaper, whatever. So
that soaks up water.
And exactly anything that soaks it up.
Sponges.
You can also double line it because then you just take the one out, put a new one in, and that also cool.
Also,
what?
guys, I think is the best idea way Right, so where you don't have to keep on.
Oh, okay.
It's best if you have, like, before you take it out, the first one you gotta take out. But I was thinking, right before I put in a new one, place in a bunch at the bottom. Like, gonna go over inside my bag. So I'm gonna take out one bag, then already have another bag ready for you.
Oh, that would be a good idea. Sure, use baking soda. That absorbs odors. Yes, definitely. Right now, I am putting baking soda in Juan's boot every single time he comes home because that sucker stinks. So putting baking soda in trash cans definitely work.
And if you have fruit flies in your drain or your drain stinks, do that as well.
Yep, baking soda with vinegar. But obviously, don't put vinegar in your trash can. So,
otherwise your trash can will spill like a volcano.
Yes, it will explode like a volcano. So
it has to be filled with lava.
Yep, we got 2.5 minutes left on trash. I'm sure most trash is already picked up, and make sure you get it taken all the way out.
Yes.
Because
not
otherwise
halfway,
you're just leaving yourself another half finished project.
And we don't want that, or if you do that, then you want to finish it at all. I learned that the hard way.
Yep, when you do half projects, you don't want to finish them. It's hard, or it's harder to get started back up again. So keep it up. You guys are doing amazingly well. I am so proud of you. We're almost done with the trash.
And we're almost out of time.
Oh, yep. We have about 1:30 left to finish up with the trash or whatever item you are doing. So we can keep it going. Let me see your face. Don't hit. That's not nice. Okay, you can cuddle. Thanks for translating, Gisette. Yes, he does. He has great insights. I think he's listened to me too much doing this. I think he could almost become as good of a mentor as I am because he knows what to do and talk about. And if not even better, as long as people want to deal with tornadoes and volcanoes, I think he would do amazingly well.
And also, yes, to come. And also, if you want to, just like send me your old vacuum. I'll fix it, no problem.
Yes, he wants to fix old vacuums. So, yeah, okay. Anyway, we all know Jacek loves his vacuum cleaners. He loves. All right, we got 15 seconds to finish up with the trash. Sure. Ooh, we're gonna go out to eat at Fuddruckers for lunch today.
2, 1. Time up.
All right, stop. Okay. All right.
If you haven't finished the trash, go do that before we start on the next one.
No, we want you to also take a drink of water and sit down for a second. You have a few vacuum cleaners for him. Number one, honey, you live all the way out in California. Why do you have vacuum cleaners that don't work? We need to be getting rid of them. Okay, so next we are going to let's vacuum.
Vacuum time! Maybe go grab my vacuum and plug it in and start vacuuming the house.
No, I said we weren't vacuuming while I was doing this because then it's hard to hear. So we
vacuum
are just sack.
We go to the vacuum time.
Okay, so here we go. No, I appreciate you trying to support the young entrepreneur. I appreciate that. Okay, 8 minutes.
Starting now to vacuum.
Vacuuming. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get your attention when we're done with vacuuming. Set your timer so that it buzzes or goes off on you. You got 8 minutes to vacuum. Remember, just stop wherever you're done when the 8 minutes go off.
Now, if you have seen the old videos, the reverse tornado, it's just using everything a regular tornado, reversing it. So basically, you're going deep down cleaning, moving furniture because you need to use your vacuum to get over the spot.
Thank you for bringing that up. When you vacuum, you are going around piles. You are going around chairs. You are not going under anything. You are not moving anything.
Yeah.
His reverse tornado videos is where you're doing the deep cleaning because you are reversing what a tornado would do. A tornado destroys your home. You are putting it back together. So his tornado videos is where you do a deep cleaning, moving your furniture. For this weekly home blessing, make sure you're not moving furniture, you're not moving piles, you're vacuuming around them.
Now, they may be pretty hard though, because if you have a wide little area of your little vacuum head, but mine pretty like is it good inch and a half?
Your vacuum is about 12 inches across. So if you have lots of piles, you may have to push it out of the way. I'll see, Michelle, if I can find his reverse tornado videos and link them to you.
Okay. I can't vacuum. I took out the canister to clean it.
Well, then you can vacuum on a different day. I know we have to clean. We try to clean our canisters once a week, don't we?
Yeah. But lucky mine is really easy to clean.
And I have the idea. Well, and I am lucky because I have big vacuums in this home. Well, there are 2 uprights in this house, just Sex and mine, and then there's also
3.
What's the 3rd upright?
It's my sweeper one that's on the deck.
That's not an actual vacuum though. That's a sweeper.
Yeah, but it wasn't upright before.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. And then there's. Oh, I know he'll have a following, right? So then I have with the filters, going back to that, and the canisters. If I clean Giuseppe, I have mine that I can use. If I clean mine, Giuseppe has his. And then, of course, we also have the robot, which goes around and doing it. So I am lucky that he is obsessed with vacuum cleaners. Well, lucky and unlucky because no matter what, I have to do the vacuuming because all 3 of them are not going to be down and out at one time.
And if you have a robot like mine, cleaner, sometimes he may sometimes he'll fall, sometimes he'll get stuck, and sometimes he's very stupid, right?
Well, he's a robot, honey. So we've got just a couple more minutes left on vacuuming. That's your phone, not mine.
It's dead.
Okay, well, that's fine, but I need a charger then. We got 4.5 minutes. Remember, when you're vacuuming, you're going around. You're not finishing your whole house unless you can, your whole home, unless you can get it all done in the time slot that I'm giving you.
Yeah.
This is about blessing your home, not cleaning it.
Now,
Hold on. Let me get this thought out and then you can continue. If you don't have carpeting, you can still vacuum. I vacuum my kitchen every single time because then I don't have to worry about getting a dustpan and sweeping it up. So you can still vacuum to use it. Or if you don't own the vacuum cleaner because of that, you can use this 8 minutes to sweep your home. Yes, sweetheart.
Now, if you guys probably know this, you probably don't, but with vacuum cleaners, they do kick out dust though.
Yes, vacuum cleaners can kick up dust.
But there's actually one important thing about vacuuming and the reverse tornado. First off, vacuuming, there are the dust bunnies, asthma, everything that's in your home that goes on a carpet and everywhere. But there's also another trick. If you have a lightweight vacuum cleaner,
A lightweight vacuum cleaner.
yeah, lightweight vacuum cleaner, I suggest using the dusting brush for your fan.
Mm-hmm.
So it sucks up the dust instead of like bringing out everywhere when you put your fan.
Yes.
And also, it's important to dust before you vacuum.
Yes, it is. Well, there are two schools of thought on that, kiddo. Some people believe you should dust before you vacuum. If you've got a vacuum that kicks out a lot of dust, though, you should vacuum and then dust, because then by the time you get to the dusting, all the dust will have settled from what got kicked out of your vacuum. So,
Yeah, but let's be mine is an asthma killer.
yes, yours is an asthma killer. So you want to make sure that, depending upon the quality of your vacuum, is how you're going to want to decide if you dust first and then vacuum, or vacuum and then dust, or use your vacuum to dust. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, always run your vacuum through a black light test and then boom.
Well, honey, not everybody can run their vacuum cleaner through a black light test. Please come here for a moment, kiddo, because, it doesn't work for everybody. Gisette, come here, Bubba's. No, thank you. Well, at least you said it politely. All right. So we are working on vacuuming. I know you guys can't really hear me through this one, unless, of course, you're not vacuuming for this one. Um, all right. We got less than a minute now. No, honey, you need some of this stuff on, especially if you want the deal that we set up for you last night. So we have 43 seconds, finishing up the vacuuming, finishing up the vacuuming, finishing up the vacuuming. And we're almost done. And then you guys have one item left. Oh, I did do a fairly long intro, so we are going to go a little bit over an hour here. But hopefully we will be doing this. We will be doing this every single week. The time on this is just going to change, for the simple fact that obviously I'm going to want to do this when Juan is not home, because, well, I do all the videos when Juan is not home. So stop. Okay. Last thing we need to do is mopping. And mopping goes the exact same way as vacuuming. So let's hit start. Here we go. So is easiest way to do the mopping. Number one, you're not moving anything. You're mopping around things. Now, get a rag damp and move it around the floor. Use your foot. I don't care.
Use a dog.
If you have a Swiffer, use a Swiffer. Just get it damp, put it on there. If you have Fly Ladies mop, go for that. It doesn't really matter what you use, but this is not a deep down washing, so you don't have to worry about that. This is just a quick mop of your floor, like I do every single night. Not that you need to, but I have a kid who likes to play on the floor. So, how am I mean? Yeah, and I gave you the chance for it and you walked away. So that is way too much. Way too much, just Zach. That you can't get it back in the tube. Okay. I do way too much, kiddo. I do just a quick dust mop, well, wet mop every single night, but I'm not going on. I am not going under anything. I am not moving anything. It is just to make the floors look a little bit nicer. So that is the whole point of this mopping. Remember, with this entire thing, we are not cleaning our homes, we are blessing our homes. It is not about making it it's not about making it 100% beautiful. It is about making it look more presentable and making it better than when we started. Did I start the timer?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yes, I did. We have 5 minutes left of mopping.
5 minutes? That's a very long time,
So,
but not really.
Use this 8 minutes to mop your kitchen. If you don't have a huge kitchen, you can also maybe get your bathroom floor in it. Um, I don't suggest using the same rag. What? I love you too. What? What? Okay, so make sure that you get your hardwood areas, your flat surfaces. You don't need to use product. This is just a quick one. You can get it done. It will be wonderful. We have 5 minutes left on this weekly home blessing, and then we will be done. I am so glad you guys joined me for this because you are definitely going to see the improvement when you keep up with it week after week. So it will help. But like I say with everything, do not take my word for it. Try it for yourself and find out because that is what it is all about. Holy cow, I cannot believe that I have been talking for like an hour. I mean, I knew that I was long-winded, but come on now. Why can I not get the charger back in there? There we go. Okay, so we are almost done with mopping, and then the weekly home blessing hour is done. I hope you guys get use out of this, just like every other one that I do, because, well, I want you to get use out of it. That's why I do it. As long as I help one person, I'm extremely happy with that. So, as we finish up our mopping, remember you're not trying to do it perfectly because perfect doesn't exist. You're not trying to do it to where you get every little speck. You are just trying to make it better than what it was when you first got there. So, and when we keep this up every week, you will see a difference because you're blessing your home. There is no wrong way to do this. It can be fun. I mean, instead of listening to me, set some music, set your timer, make sure you have your water and enjoy it. Or listen to me each week. I really don't care. Um, the 30th, I will not be doing one of these because Juan has to go back to the doctor for his foot to see how much longer he has to remain in the boot. He shouldn't, but I'm sure he will. Because that's what happens when you work too much. So keep up the great work with what you're doing. Keep decluttering a little bit each day, 15 minutes at a time. Make sure that you enjoy what you're doing. If you're starting to get frustrated, stop. Please don't overpush yourself. Nothing good comes out of working past the point of exhaustion or over frustration. Um, I'm glad it helps. We are under the 2 minute mark for our weekly home blessing hour. You guys are amazing. You have done amazingly well. I am so proud of you because why can I not type? So there we go. Okay. Um, when you keep this up, you will see a difference. When you keep it up, it becomes part of your habit. It becomes part of your routine. As we slowly begin to build those routines, it becomes part of your life, and it makes a good part of your life even better because it turns your house into a home. So I am so proud of each and every one of you. I am so glad that you joined me. I'm so glad that you watched this after it's been recorded. I don't care when you watch this thing. I don't care when you do it. I don't care if you watch 8 minutes at a time and do it throughout the entire week. That is what this is meant for you to work it into your schedule. Have a good time with it. Get productive with it. We have 36 seconds left to go, and then we will call it done. And you can be happy and you can be proud. And Michelle, I want pictures on our site. So, because I'm very proud of you. We have 17 seconds. Finish strong. And then I have one more item for y'all to do when this timer goes off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay, now, last item for this weekly home blessing. As you have your water in hand, I want you to look around and see what you have accomplished and be proud of yourself for doing it because you are wonderful, you are amazing, and you did a great job. So until next time, I will talk to you later. It is now after 11 o'clock my time. So the first installment of the Crisis Clean videos is out, the first one in our 9-part series. Check that out if you want to. And I will talk to you later. Have a great one, everybody. Bye.